Ladies, let me tell you something real quick, and I need you to hear me. Not just with your ears, but with your heart. One of the biggest mistakes women make is giving a man everything too soon. And I get it. You're loving. You're nurturing. You're built to give. That's in your nature. But the problem is when you give too much too fast, you rob a man of the one thing he needs in order to value you, and that's the chase. See, men are wired to pursue. It's in us from day one. Give a boy a ball, he chases the goal. Give a man a dream, he chases the grind. Give a man a woman, and if he's serious about her, he'll chase her too, but only if she gives him something to chase. But if you lay everything out on the table before he even earned the first course, what's left for him to work for? That's the question. Now let me break it down. I've seen so many good women fall into this trap. You meet a man, y'all start vibing, and before you even know what his intentions are, you're already treating him like a husband. You cooking for him, spending nights at his place, letting him move in emotionally, sometimes even physically, and you think, if I show him how good I can be, he'll commit. But baby, that's not how it works. You don't prove your worth by overextending yourself. You prove your worth by knowing your value. The moment you start giving everything, you're telling him, you don't have to work for this, it's already yours. And if there's one thing I know about men, it's this: we don't value what we didn't earn. You hear me? Let me give you a little analogy. Say you walk into a store and you see a beautiful purse sitting right there on the counter. Designer, clean, stylish. You pick it up, ask the clerk how much, and she says, oh, it's free, no catch, no sale, just free. You might get excited in the moment, but let me tell you what's going to happen. Because you didn't invest anything into it, you won't take care of it the same way. You won't guard it, you won't value it like you would if you had to save up for months and pay every dime out of your paycheck. That purse wouldn't leave your side, you'd carry it like gold. Same goes for relationships. If a man don't have to pay a price, time, respect, commitment, growth, he won't cherish what he got. And I know some of y'all are thinking, but Steve, I don't want to play games. And I feel that. I'm not telling you to play games. I'm telling you to have standards, boundaries, self-respect. You can be kind, loving, generous, but still not give a man full access until he's proven that he deserves it. I'll tell you something I told my daughters. When a man really wants you, you ain't got to beg for nothing. You don't have to cook 10 meals, bend over backward, or accept half love. He's going to show you he wants you. He's going to call you, show up for you, make time for you. If he's not doing those things, but you're already treating him like he's the one, then he's already won the game, and he didn't even play. And sometimes it ain't even about the man being a bad guy. He might be a good man, but if you allow him to receive full commitment, intimacy, support, all of it, without him doing anything to earn it, you train him not to chase. He starts thinking that's how it goes, and then when the real work comes, marriage, long-term commitment, emotional support, he's not equipped because he didn't have to fight for it. You got to let him climb the mountain, not just hand him the view. And here's another thing. When you give too much too fast, you don't just lose his interest, you lose yourself. You start investing in a fantasy of what could be instead of sitting back and observing what is. You miss the red flags because you're too busy trying to impress him, trying to secure the relationship, trying to win a man who may not even be worth the effort. But when you make him work for it, it gives you time to see his character, time to see if he's consistent, time to see if he respects your boundaries, and time gives you clarity. That's the gift. So here's what you do instead. Be soft, but don't be naive. Be loving, but don't be giving to a fault. Let him show you who he is. Let him invest in you. If he wants to take you out, let him. If he wants to call, let him. Don't be the one always initiating. Sit back, watch. See how he shows up without being handed everything. And when he does earn your love, when he really puts in the effort, then you give him more. Love is like levels. The more he invests, the more he unlocks. But if you give him the key to the whole house the moment he knocks, he's never going to understand the value of what's inside. You're a queen, and a queen doesn't chase. She attracts. She sets the tone. She allows the right king to rise to the occasion. So don't give everything up front. Make him earn your love, not because you're hard to get, but because you're worth getting right. Let me put you on some real game right now. One of the most powerful things a woman can do to keep a man chasing her is to stay mysterious and independent. Now, I know some folks hear that and think I'm telling you to play mind games. Nah, baby, I'm telling you to own your identity. You don't need to be hard, you don't need to be cold, but you do need to keep something for yourself. See, when a man first meets you, what draws him in is the unknown. It's the curiosity. It's the, who is she? What's she about? How come I can't quite figure her out yet? That's what sparks the chase. That mystery, that's your power. You start giving away every detail, every emotion, every plan, every vulnerability right out the gate, and just like that, the mystery's gone. Now he knows everything about you, and the thrill is over before it even started. Don't get me wrong, openness is a beautiful thing. Vulnerability is necessary, but timing is everything. You don't owe your full story to every man that comes your way. You owe your full story to the man who shows you he's earned it. Let a man discover you, layer by layer. Keep some things private, not secret, just sacred. Let him work to understand you. Let him earn the right to your deeper self. And let's talk about independence, because this one right here, this is where a lot of women sell themselves short. Too many women lose their sense of self the moment a relationship starts. You stop hanging with your girls. You stop chasing your dreams. You stop going to the gym, reading your books, building your business. All because now your attention is wrapped up in this man. And listen, it's beautiful to love somebody, but love should never cost you. A man is attracted to a woman who has her own thing. A woman who walks in purpose. A woman who don't need him, but chooses him. That's powerful. When you have your own goals, your own life, your own routine, you send a clear message. I'm not waiting to be saved. I'm already whole. And a secure man, a real man, he ain't intimidated by that. He's inspired by it. Now, I know somebody's thinking, but Steve, what if he feels like I'm too busy for him? Let me tell you something. If a man is serious about you, he'll make time to be in your life. He will adjust to your schedule. He'll find a way. But don't shrink yourself to fit into his world. Let him grow big enough to stand beside you in yours. I remember telling a woman one time, the second you stop doing what you were doing before you met him, that's when he stops chasing. Before you met this man, you were glowing. You had your own plans, your friends, your hobbies. You had a light in you. That's what attracted him. So why would you dim that light now? Keep shining, keep evolving, keep him curious. A woman who is independent mentally, emotionally, financially, she's a magnet. Not because she's trying to prove something, but because she knows who she is. And that kind of woman can't be manipulated. She can't be played. A man knows he has to bring his best if he wants to keep her attention. Now, independence doesn't mean you never ask for help. It doesn't mean you never show emotion. It just means you don't rely on a man for your entire identity. You don't let him be the center of your universe. He can be a star in your sky, but not the sun, because the sun is you. You rise on your own, you shine on your own, And anyone lucky enough to walk in your light better come correct. Don't ever apologize for having standards. Don't ever water yourself down to be more manageable or less intimidating. If a man tells you he feels like you're too strong, too smart, too focused, that's not your problem to fix. That's his insecurity to deal with. The right man won't be scared of your strength. He'll admire it. He won't compete with your independence. He'll support it. So here's what I'm saying. Keep something for yourself. Keep your fire. Keep your rhythm. Don't stop doing the things that make you happy just because you got a man in your life. If you love to dance, keep dancing. If you love to travel, keep booking those flights. If you have a passion, a business, a mission, don't put it on pause for anybody, because when a man sees that your life is full, it makes him want to step up, not step out. And I'll tell you something else. When you're independent, you attract better men, because you don't have to settle. You don't have to say yes just because someone showed you attention. You can say no, because you know you'll be just fine either way. You're not afraid to walk away. That confidence, that's everything. So stay mysterious. Let him chase the discovery of who you are, and stay independent. Let him know you were already living before he got there, and you'll still be living if he ever decides to leave. Ladies, let me tell you something that'll change the game for you if you really hear me on this. You've got to set standards and keep your boundaries. I don't care how fine he is, how sweet he talks, or how lonely you feel. If you don't stand for something, you will fall for anything. And in relationships, that's where a whole lot of pain starts, when you don't make it clear what you will and will not accept. See, here's what happens all the time. A woman gets involved with a man and she's feeling him. He looks good. He's charming. He's got that smile. He says all the right things. And in the beginning, everything feels right. But then he starts testing you. Just little things at first. Maybe he forgets to call, shows up late, disappears for a day or two. And instead of addressing it, instead of saying, that's not okay with me, you brush it off. You think, maybe he's just busy. Maybe I'm asking for too much. Let me stop you right there. You are never asking for too much when you are asking for respect. That's the bare minimum. Respect for your time, your energy, your emotions, that's non-negotiable. But the moment you let one disrespect slide, you teach him that it's okay, that it won't cost him anything to treat you that way. And trust me, if a man thinks he can get away with it, he will. Men don't change for comfort. Men change when they know you're not playing. You want a man to treat you like a queen, then you have to act like one. A queen has rules. A queen has expectations. A queen doesn't just accept whatever somebody throws at her. She says, this is my standard. This is the level I require. If you want to be in my life, this is how you show up. And if you can't do that, she lets him go. The problem is too many women are afraid to lose a man, so they lower the bar just to keep him around. And I get it. You've invested time, feelings, maybe even love. But let me ask you something. What's the point of keeping a man who doesn't even respect you? What are you really holding on to? A title? A false sense of security? That's not love. That's fear. And fear will have you wasting years on someone who was never serious about you to begin with. Let me tell you how men operate. We watch what you tolerate. If you say you don't want to be disrespected, but then you accept an apology without changed behavior, we don't hear your words, we hear your actions. If you say you want commitment, but you keep dealing with a man who's vague, inconsistent, or not ready, we don't see a woman with standards, we see someone we can play with. But when a woman stands firm, when she means what she says and backs it up with action, oh, that gets a man's attention real quick. Because now he knows, I can't mess around here. If I want this woman, I have to come correct. And listen, not every man will rise to the occasion, but that's exactly the point. The ones who don't, let them go. Your standards aren't there to push men away. They're there to filter the wrong ones out. And don't confuse boundaries with being hard or difficult. You can be sweet and still say no. You can be nurturing and still demand respect. You can love someone and still walk away when they don't meet your standards. That's not being too much. That's called self-worth. When you have boundaries, you create safety for yourself and even for the right man, because the right man wants to know what you expect. He wants to know what makes you feel valued. A real man wants to be your protector, your provider, your peace. But if you don't give him anything to work with, if you don't draw the line, he'll never know how to step up. So be clear about what you want. Don't just hope he figures it out. Say it, show it, and stick to it. If you want a man who communicates daily, say that. If you don't tolerate cheating, say that. If you need quality time, consistency, honesty, say it. And if he can't or won't give it to you, then move on with grace. The right one will rise to meet you. And here's the truth. Men respect what you require, not what you allow. If you allow him to come and go as he pleases, he will. If you allow half effort, they'll keep giving it. But the moment you say, no more, I know what I bring to the table, and I'm not settling for scraps, you take your power back. And that's when everything changes. So the next time you start talking to someone, ask yourself, what are my standards? What are my non-negotiables? And am I living by them or just saying them? Because a boundary that you don't enforce is just a suggestion. But a boundary that you hold strong, that's how you teach a man how to love you right. Let me tell you something real important right now, something every woman needs to hear and understand. If you want to keep a man chasing you, really chasing you, not just in the beginning, but for years to come, you've got to keep growing and keep glowing. See, a lot of women think once they've got the man, the chase is over. They think the work is done. But let me be clear. Getting the man is not the end goal. Keeping his attention, his respect, and his admiration, that's where the real work is. That's where the magic happens. Now, I'm not talking about chasing perfection or trying to be somebody you're not. I'm talking about becoming the best version of you constantly. See, in the beginning, when a man meets you, he sees your light. He's attracted to your energy, your vibe, the way you carry yourself. You're confident, you're passionate about your goals, you take care of yourself, you got that glow. But somewhere along the way, after the dates turn into a relationship, and the relationship turns into something more serious, a lot of women lose that spark. You stop doing the things you used to love. You stop growing. You settle into the routine. You get comfortable, and that shine starts to fade. But let me tell you, men notice that. We notice when the light dims, and we miss the woman who used to walk in a room and light it up. We miss the woman who was chasing her dreams, not just chasing us. Because that woman inspired us. That woman motivated us to be better. That woman kept us on our toes. See, a man doesn't just want a pretty face or a good cook. He wants someone who keeps him interested, someone who evolves, someone who challenges him to grow too. A woman who keeps leveling up, not for him, but for herself, is a woman who's going to have his full attention for life. Because now she's not just the same person he met, she's a better version over and over again. And he wants to keep up. He wants to keep earning his place in her life. That's the secret right there. You don't stop being the woman who made him fall in love. You keep becoming more of her. If you used to take care of your body, don't stop now. If you used to read, write, hustle, build, dream, keep doing that. Keep expanding your mind. Keep growing your bag. Keep learning new things, not for him, not for the gram, for you. Because when you feel good about you, it shows. You walk different, you talk different, and that glow, That glow is what keeps him coming back. Let me be real with you. A man will always be drawn to a woman who keeps him wondering what she's going to do next. And I'm not talking about playing games. I'm talking about evolution. When he sees you building that business, going back to school, trying new things, stepping into your purpose, he looks at you with new eyes every single time. And that admiration, that's deeper than love. That's respect. That's when he says, I've got to keep bringing my best to deserve this woman. You want to keep a man chasing you forever? Then never stop being a woman who's worth chasing. And that doesn't mean being perfect, it means being intentional. Stay on your journey, keep taking care of yourself physically, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. Don't lose yourself in the relationship. Don't stop being you just because you're someone's girlfriend, wife, or partner. You were somebody before he came along. You had dreams before he showed up. Don't leave those behind, bring them with you. Let him see that you are still growing, still blooming, still rising. And if he's the right man, he's going to match your energy. He's going to chase you not because you're running, but because you're moving. You're not standing still, you're not waiting around, you're progressing. And he's going to want to be right there with you, running beside you, cheering you on, stepping his own game up to stay in your world. And I'll tell you something else. When a man sees you glowing, especially from the inside out, it reminds him why he fell for you in the first place. That glow is powerful. That's self-love. That's confidence. That's peace. That's knowing who you are and being proud of it. And that glow, it don't come from makeup or clothes or filters. It comes from doing the work, from healing, from growing, from choosing yourself daily. So whatever you do, don't stop evolving. Don't stop shining. Don't stop pouring into yourself. You're not doing it to keep a man. You're doing it because you deserve to be the highest version of yourself. But the byproduct of that, the beautiful side effect, is that any real man who loves you is going to keep chasing you because he knows he's with a woman who doesn't just stay the same, she gets better. And that right there, that's what keeps the fire burning.